Hello students, in today's mathematics class we are going to continue with chapter 13, congruence of triangles. Today we will discuss angle side angle congruence condition first. Two angles and included side of one triangle. Included, I think you all know the meaning of included, where the side is included in between the angles. Here you can see in this triangle ABC, this side AB is included side of angle A and angle B. Alright. So when two angles and included side of one triangle are equal to the corresponding two angles and included side of the other triangle, then triangles are congruent by ASA condition. Alright. Then second is angle side congruence condition. This is almost similar to ASA condition. Here we do not consider included side. Here any one side and two angles we take when two angles and any one side of one triangle are equal to the corresponding angles and side of the other triangle, then triangles are congruent by AAS condition. Okay. Then here we can see triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Here angle B is corresponding to Q, angle C is corresponding to R, and side AC is corresponding to PR. So triangle ABC and triangle PQR are congruent. Next criteria is right angle, hypotenuse and side. It is known as RHS condition. Okay, R for right angle, H for hypotenuse, and S for any one side. If the hypotenuse and one side of right angle triangle are equal to hypotenuse and one side of the other right angle triangle, then triangles are congruent by RHS condition. Here right angle B in triangle ABC and angle Q is the right angle in triangle PQR. So we can see here hypotenuse AC is equal to hypotenuse PR, side BC is equal to QR, and right angles are equal. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by RHS condition. Okay. Now let us start with exercise 13.2. First question is, in the given figure, line L is parallel to line M and M is the midpoint of segment PQ. Midpoint M means line PQ is divided into equal parts, so PM is equal to MQ. Prove that using ASA criteria, M is also the midpoint of RS. It means we have to prove that RM is equal to MS. For that, we will prove triangle PRM, this triangle, and triangle MSQ congruent to each other. Okay, so in triangle PRM and triangle MSQ, we can see here angle 1 is equal to angle 4 because these are alternate interior angles, because lines are parallel. Line L is parallel to M. This is given. So these are alternate interior angles. Then angle 2 is equal to angle 3. These are vertically opposite angles. Now, as we are given M is the midpoint, so we can write here PM is equal to MQ. M is the midpoint of PQ. Therefore, triangle PRM is congruent to triangle MSQ by ASA criteria. Here you can see angle 1 and 2, and the side PM we have taken. Side PM is the included side of angle 1 and 2. Okay, so by ASA condition. Now triangles have become congruent, so it means we can equate their other parts also. So by CPCT we can say here that RM is equal to MS. Therefore RM is equal to MS by CPCT. CPCT means corresponding part of congruent triangles. Alright, so M is midpoint of RS. This is what we. Question number 2 is P is any point on the bisector of angle AOB. This is angle AOB and P is a point on this bisector. It means this line OP is the bisector of angle O. It means angle O is divided in two equal parts here. We can name that as angle 1 and angle 2. PM is perpendicular to OA. It means this angle is 90 degree and PN is perpendicular to on OB. So this is also right angle. Prove that PM is equal to PN. So here we will have to prove triangle OMP congruent to triangle OPN. So we will write here in triangle OMP and triangle ONP. Here we can see angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because OP is bisector of angle AOB. Then here we can name it as angle 3 and angle 4. So we can write here angle 3 is equal to angle 4 because both these are perpendicular. So we can write it as each 90 degree. Alright. Then we can see the side OP is common to both. So OP is equal to OP. This is common. Therefore, triangle OMP is congruent to triangle ONP by, here we can see these two angles and one side. So we can write here AAS condition by AAS condition. Now triangles have become congruent. It means their corresponding parts are equal. So we can write therefore PM is equal to PN by CPCT. This is what we had to. Question number 3 is a quadrilateral ABCD is such that diagonal AC bisects angle BAD and angle BCD. Prove that AC bisects BD at right angles. Now AC, this line AC bisects angle BAD means this angle is divided in two parts, angle 1 and 2 equal parts. Same way angle BCD means this angle, it has two equal parts, angle 3 and 4. So we will prove now this triangle ACD congruent to triangle ACB. So we are writing here in triangle ACD and triangle ACB. We have here angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Because AC bisects angle BAD and angle BCD. Alright, then we can see AC is common side. So AC is equal to AC. Triangles have become congruent. Therefore, triangle ACD is congruent to triangle ACB by ASA condition. two angles and included side here. Okay, therefore we can say that side CD is equal to CB by CPCT. We can write it as equation 1. Alright, now let us take this small triangle ECD and ECB. In triangle ECD and triangle ECB, we have CD is equal to CB. Here we have proved it above, so we can write it from 1. Then angle 3 is equal to angle 4. This is given because AC is the bisector of angle BCD. Alright. Then third is EC. This is the common side. EC is equal to EC. So triangles have become congruent now. Therefore triangle ECD congruent to triangle ECB by SAS condition. Here we can see two sides and included angle. Side CD and EC we have taken, in between angle 3. So this is SAS condition. Okay. So it means here we can equate the corresponding parts here. So we can see, therefore side ED is equal to EB, as well as angle DEC is equal to angle BEC. These are by CPCT. Alright. So when we say ED is equal to EB, it means our line BD is bisected at point E. Alright, but we have to prove that this line is bisected as well as at right angle. For that we will use these angles here, because now we can see angle DEC here, DEC and angle BEC, they are equal, but these are in linear pair here. Okay, so it means linear pair means sum of them is equal to 180 degree. So we can say they are given equal by CPCT, but DEC plus angle BEC is equal to 180 degree. This is a linear pair. Okay, so if in place of DEC I will put its value BEC, I will get here BEC plus angle BEC is equal to 180 degree. Now 2 times angle BEC is equal to 180 degree. It means angle BEC is equal to 180 on 2, that is 90 degree. Therefore angle BEC is equal to 90 degree. If BEC is 90, it means it is equal to DEC. Therefore DEC is also 90 degree. So we have proved that these two angles are 90 degree, as well as this line DE is equal to EB. It means AC bisects line BD at right angle. Okay, so we can say here, therefore AC bisects BD at right angle. This is what we had to prove. So children, you will do exercise 13.2, question number 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3 I have already discussed with you. Okay. Thank you, children.